Yeah.
No, we always do this.
Do we?
Yes.
I got to ask her. Hang on.
I hate how the videos make it.
I thought we had it up like on one of my ring light things.
Oh, that's what I did. Roll it. There we go.
Okay.
Is it live?
I don't know. I'm switching my account so I can go look. Yes. And we were sideways. I told you.
Really?
Here, you can hold this. Nobody's in there yet.
Yeah. Put it on the put it in between those two.
Put it like it was?
Yep.
Yeah, we've never done it sideways like that.
Dee's Homestead, how's it going? Oh, you need to straighten up a little bit. Straighten it up.
Oh,
So I say straighten it
I
up.
can see it now. Hello, everybody. Okay. Oh, you got a drink.
Perfect. Let's see. All right, guys. So
We're not at home.
we're not at home. We were at my parents' house, and I just remembered that we had a live, and it was like my parents were 30 minutes away from us, so we weren't able to make it home in time. So we just decided to do it at my parents. But yeah, so
Here we are.
here we are.
We made it. And we're not
But here's-
sideways
Hey,
anymore.
the good news is he's got beer, so we're still in the game. And because we don't have the computer, we have Sadie's phone, and that's how we are.
D said it's going good. I don't know also how bad the lag is because he doesn't have the best Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah,
here.
we're in the basement of my parents' house, so I don't know how good this Wi-Fi is going to be either.
Hi, everybody.
Dee's Homestead, if you could let us know, like, is everything coming clear?
Hello, Daniel. How are you?
Daniel, how's the splitter, man? That thing looks pretty fast.
What kind of splitter?
You got the Woodbridge.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. 16.
It's going good. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's at like what kind of splitter? Howdy, been a long day.
Wayne, what's up, Wayne?
Gotta eat and shower. Safe travels. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, guys. So I think that's pretty much the hot topic of this live is the Paul Bunyan show. We're going to that, so that's super, super exciting. It's our first show ever. I mean, I don't even know what to expect. Everyone says that honestly the best thing to do is just go there, not having a plan.
Yeah, there's the daily schedule though, so we'll print that off so that we can at least see what's going on at different times. If they don't, they might have them there, but it'd be good just to have a copy of that so we can see.
Yeah, no, I feel like everybody's wanting to meet everybody, and we'll probably all like accidentally land in the same spot at the same time, which will work out. But then you have everybody like waiting in line to talk to everybody. So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, if anybody's going, what are y'all doing Saturday night after the show? I think that's my biggest question that we got to kind of figure out.
Daniel said he's a little under the weather this week, but it's still better than the champion.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think now that I've had a four-way, obviously the speed does help if you have someone helping you load, but honestly, as long as you have a four-way, it's going to speed up your process.
Yeah.
So
And Wayne said they will give us a schedule, so that's nice. Twin Cities Best Home said Paul Bunyan show would be fun to go to. Bummed it's so far away from Minnesota. Love your channel. Thank you. So for us, it's like a little over 6-hour drive. So it's going to be a day's worth of driving, basically
Yeah.
a night's worth of driving. We're going in, we're staying at a campground, so we're going to get in I think
11
probably
o'clock.
around 11 or a little later.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting sleep this trip at all. But yeah, I mean,
Because it's going to be cold, too.
yeah, we're
So.
camping and it's going to be in the 40s,
It's going to be in the 30s
which
at night.
I'm going to love it. I love the cold weather.
I don't think anybody can love sleeping in the 30s. But we'll find out.
We'll find out, I guess, yeah. I do have a little portable heater that we're going to bring,
Yeah.
so.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. Jeff says, what do you have to say about that splitter now, and be honest?
Oh, the Wolf Ridge? I mean, I'm pretty disappointed, honestly. But, you know, the one good thing I could say is they, you know, Chris and Faith Farm Equipment, they're going to take care of you. They're going to get it right. It sucks that I have to take it to them and get all that done. But I talked to Nicole today. My splitter's actually ready. I'm going to go pick it up soon. I just don't know when I'm going to go pick it up. But they replaced the battery. So the battery, they said, was low, and that's why the starter didn't work. I'm not so sure about that, but we're going to see.
They said they can't hear us very
I got
well.
you. So I don't know if the battery is going to solve the starter issue answer or anything like that. So I'm a little skeptical about that. But they put a new hydraulic pump on the splitter because the splitter slowed down tremendously, and I was like losing power. So they said that sped it up, and that works much better. And then they went ahead and replaced the seal on the top of the tank where the receiver or the return filter was on top of the hydraulic splitter. So they, you know, acknowledged all the problems and they fixed them. So hopefully when I get it back, everything's right. I mean, the splitter's a beast. Don't get me wrong, and it looks good. The only like downside to it would be the heaviness of it and just how it's not not evenly distributed weight wise. You know, if you pick up the tongue, that thing's gonna go straight up. Like nothing's holding that front down. So that would be the biggest complaint, I think, is the weight distribution on it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, when that thing is working and running, it's a hoss, and I can't complain about that. The only thing I'm complaining about how, you know, I have 15 hours on it and it's already in the shop with multiple issues.
Yeah. So Daniel said Buck and Billy Ray is 6 hours from his home. We might get the chance to meet him this weekend. Is that Buck and Billy Ray, that the one that we were watching?
So
I like watching him.
Yeah, so I could not believe that. You know what's so funny is me and Sadie watch him, and Sadie's like, "Do you think Buck and Billy Ray's gonna be there?" I said, "No chance. That dude's in Canada. Like, I don't see why he would make the trip to, you know, Paul Bunyan." I was like, "There's no way." And literally the next day, he came on his channel and said that he's coming to Paul Bunyan. I was like, "No way." So, yeah, we're excited to meet him for sure. I'm sure a lot of people are. And I don't know how many shows he goes to, but it's gonna be really cool to meet him.
Yep. Daniel said that's what the warranty is for. Anything you purchase new or rebuilt. And Chris said, okay, Wolf Ridge is out for him.
Oh.
Ralph, hi Ralph. He said hi.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing about warranty, you know. And I mean, so far so good, you know.
Yeah, it's good, but then you gotta kind of worry a little bit after because it's a year warranty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. In the back of my head, you know, if I'm having problems at 15 hours, how many problems am I going to have at 100 hours? You know, and my goal is definitely to have 100 hours in it before the year warranty comes up.
Yeah.
That way, like whatever is dying or on its way out will be on its way out, and hopefully I can get everything fixed before then. If that's the case, I hope it's not the case. But in the situation that I'm in, how could I not think that way? You know.
Yeah. Dee's Homestead said he's hoping to make it Sunday, but he knows a lot of people will be gone by then. Has another event in Virginia on Friday and Saturday. Tree guy's calling him.
Yeah, my tree guy's calling me, telling me he's gonna bring me some wood tomorrow. I'm sure.
Yeah. We plan on being there Sunday and then just getting home late.
Yeah. I mean, Sunday ends around 3:30. I think we'll probably leave around 2. Yeah, 1 or 2 or something like that. Just go on the road. I mean, if we left at 2, it's 6 hours. We'll be home by 8. Get the kids in bed by 9. It's solid, you know.
Yeah. Daniel says, look at it like a new car or truck. I think within reason, Chris will take care of you.
Oh, and I'm not knocking Chris at all. He has. You know, what the crazy part is I didn't tell anybody this, but this is actually my second splitter. Unfortunately, my first splitter had um, the frame was cut improperly, and the slide was sliding into the frame and literally
wearing the
wearing
metal out.
wearing
real
the
bad,
metal out in the
so.
frame. And that wasn't something that I could take to Faith Farm Equipment and then have them weld it and all that stuff. So he actually sent me a brand new splitter, and now this is my brand new splitter, and it's got 15 hours on it, and it's messed up. So yeah, and I'm not, I don't want to be the person on here bashing stuff, but in the reality, this is what's happened. But it's been taken care of. Like, I'm not knocking Chris or
Yeah.
Wolfridge. The warranties have been in place and they've worked, so I can't complain.
That's the thing. It's just time is money. So as the machine's gone, what's a total of like 2 weeks now with the first time and then the second time, right?
Yeah.
Or over.
Yeah, so
it does add
yeah,
up.
I mean, and that's the thing, Well, here's another thing too. He actually had the newest splitter, the second splitter, dropped off at my house, but I have no way of unloading it. So I literally had to call my neighbor while he was eating dinner to come unload the splitter because there was no other way to do it. He had a tractor, a 3-point.
But it was nice it did come to the house.
Yeah, it came to the house, but like I said, the point of it was I was going to be able to unload it by hand.
Yeah.
So
Drew says hi, Drew Diesel.
what's up?
And Chris said that Buck and Billy Ray posted a video. He's in Pennsylvania. Let's see. And then Dee's Homestead said hopefully he'll see us on Sunday. Then we'll be there. So.
Hey, shout out to Drew's Diesel. He's the one that welded the pulley on my conveyor.
Oh, is that the one you work with?
Yeah, yeah. So if y'all need any welding needs, he's your man. But yeah, so let's get off the splitter because that's a sore topic. But
we got some shirts made, so we're gonna wear the shirts. I think since we only have 2 shirts, Matt's gonna wear one day, and I'll wear one the other day. That way, you guys can.
We got hats ordered as well. We haven't seen hats yet, and they won't be here till next week or so. So I mean, all of it's trial and error right now. Once I'm happy with the prints and happy with the hats and all that stuff, we'll definitely start selling the merch and stuff. And I'm trying to make it as cheap as possible so that, including shipping, it'll be the same price as like a normal shirt, or even cheaper possibly. I think under $30 is reasonable for shipping and all.
Yeah. And then we'll have giveaways and stuff too. We want to give some away. So
oh yeah, we'll have giveaways. That was the whole thing. Is I was hoping to get hats to give away. I did get stickers, but they're supposed to be here Friday. We'll see if they get here in time.
Might be here in time. We could pass out stickers at the show.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is like I was kind of. We actually decided 3 weeks ago to go to the Paul Bunyan show. So I guess I had a little bit of time to do it, but we really didn't.
Yeah, we weren't thinking
we
about
weren't
it.
planning for it or anything.
Nebraska Woodster's here. Hi, everyone. Glad to be here. And I love your guys' channel. What's up, Nebraska Woodster? I like your channel, too. I watch your channel.
Dude, I feel like he sells more bundles than any of us. How many bundles do you sell a year? Like, I feel like he's always replacing those bundles.
Tymon's here. Tymon the Buckeye.
What's up? And he's got a Wolf Ridge. Nebraska Worcester. How do you like your Wolf Ridge? Have you had any issues with it?
Z's Homestead said he has 1 million firewood stands. That's true. He's always like, "Man, I got
that
stands
dude.
here and
I
here."
feel like that dude sells more bundles than any of us, and he's like low key about it.
Yeah. 55 full cords from me, Daniel said.
Dang. And that's before you got the Wolf Ridge. What, you were just using a champion splitter, or are you splitting like full time? Holy cow.
That's a lot.
I don't know. I don't honestly, guys. I have no idea how much we've split.
Not 55 cords.
But it's not 55 cords. I'm thinking it's more like 30 some. If I was to guesstimate.
I think at one point you counted up to 30 something. So now probably 40. I'd say close to 40.
Well, that's the thing. Every time you use the Wolf Ridge, it's a cord.
Yeah, he said, yeah, that's before the Wolf Ridge.
That's amazing.
That's a lot.
So, Daniel, are you full time? Or you just have a lot of free time? Oh, I wish I had time to split all the time.
Oh, he says, no, that was delivered for me. Part-time.
Part-time. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you could ever do this thing full time, it'd be awesome. But you'd definitely have to hire somebody 100%. There's no way one person could.
One person can do it.
Well, they can split, but who's going to be doing the stacking?
You are the next day or
I mean,
whenever.
let's see. If let's just say you charge 400 a cord. What's 400 times 100? What's that? 40 grand.
I don't know. I'm reading.
400 times 100 is 40 grand. So
Um,
you have to split 100 cords a year just to make 40 grand.
Hi, Derek. And then Nebraska Woodster says, so far, so good on the splitter, working on making cycle time quicker in the auto cycle.
Nice. So actually, I didn't know this. Just for some of y'all that have watched my videos on the splitter and everything, the oil cooler actually does slow down the splitter cycle time just a tad bit. I didn't think about it, but you got to think when it's returning oil back into the tank, it's got to go through that cooler first and then back to the tank. So it actually does slow the cycle time down a little bit more. I didn't know that. I mean, they said it's very little. So like, if you have a 6.5 second cycle time, I guess you would have a 7 second cycle time. You know, it's not like a huge difference. But yeah, fun fact for you guys.
And Drew said he's down to do some work this Saturday, but let me know. Did you tell him we're going?
Yeah, I can't do it this weekend. We got the Paul Bunyan. But
Ohio.
what's next weekend? What do we have next weekend? No.
Nothing.
No. Oh wait, is that the weekend we have to get ready for the party?
Yeah, I mean we gotta do some things. You can work.
Yeah.
Do it on
next.
for a little
Well,
bit.
he's got his daughter, so
I
we'll
see.
plan something. I mean, I see you every day almost. But yeah, I can't do it this weekend.
Daniel said Joe and Chris don't all the time, and they're around 180 to 200 plus full cords at any given time. Oh, do it all the time. That's what I was thinking too. Like they do it on their own.
Well, Chris hires people. He's got people.
Sometimes, but he does a lot. He does most of that on his own.
Well, he does most of splitting, but this is stacking that.
He stacks
I
on
mean,
his own
he does
too.
he does a lot. I
He
give him
does.
that, but I'm saying, I don't know. Which now he's got a processor too, which is huge. But I wonder how many cores he split with that Ultra, man. That he's worn that thing out. He should buy another one. I mean, I guess until it's broken. He's replaced it so many things on it.
He said Joe hires his people also.
Yeah.
Yeah, did Matt tell you guys he tried to hire somebody as the neighbor kid? And he tries, but his stacks end up falling over. The base cords end up falling over. He's done it a couple times, and 2 of them, right? 2 of them out of 3.
2 out of 3 have
fallen.
fallen. But the good thing is it was popular, so I used it pretty much immediately. I didn't have to restack it or anything. But there was one he did actually come over and restack before he started stacking another ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess there is an art to stack it.
Yeah. He's 13, I think.
Yeah, he's 13, so
He's
I mean.
young. Old guy Firewood is here.
What's up?
Joe has a high school kid on hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If I just had one person to just come catch me up whenever I get behind, that's all you need, just so you don't feel.
Matt doesn't
completely
like to stack at all. He doesn't stack. They're just piles of wood out there. He
Hey
only
guys,
splits.
that's why I'm getting this conveyor, so that I can speed up my splitting, and then have time to stack. Well, that's the thing. Like I do what Chris does, guys. If I'm splitting all in the day, I'm gonna split the whole day, and I'm gonna call it a day. If I'm cutting all day, I'm gonna cut all day, and do that. But I don't have those stacking days.
He doesn't stack at all. The only time he'll stack is if he tries to get somebody else out of the house, like me or one of the girls to come out and stack. Then he might, but he doesn't. He says he's got to pick up stuff. You know, he does everything else but stack.
Yeah, I don't like stacking. I really don't.
So.
I mean, I see the point of it, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be done. And the way I looked at it with the splitting is the only way it's going to get drier, or the only way the wood's going to dry if I split it. You know, and then you're like, well, you're not drying it as good as it could possibly be. But there's more wood that's being dried at a time than if I took the time to stack it and not split some more.
The inside doesn't get dry though.
Yeah.
But
Which also, I was going to say this: if you've got poplar, you better stack it immediately. Otherwise, it will get black on you.
yeah, what's that one wood that gets like all the white deposits all over it?
Oh, that's just like that's
That's
rotten
just
wood.
all of it.
That's rotten wood.
It's rotten. Yeah, so that's not good either. Dee's Homestead says it's supposed to get chilly this weekend. Bring heavy coats. I've been watching the weather. Yeah, we're gonna bring.
Sadie bought
I
a
bought a
$200
coat.
coat, guys.
I made an excuse to buy myself a nice jacket, so my jacket's coming tomorrow.
She bought a $200 coat.
Nice jacket for this. I hate the cold. I moved from Oregon to North Carolina because I could not stand the cold. So that's me. Nebraska Woodster says, I'd love to sell more bundles, but my first 5 stands service communities under 1,200 people. My next couple are in communities in 3,500. Okay, so you can have some more traffic coming through.
Well, I'll tell you what, do you post on Facebook Marketplace? I don't know if it's big where you're at, but y'all, I would say 75% of my deliveries have been more than 20 miles from me.
Yeah, and then he charges them to deliver.
And honestly,
extra.
that's the best money is when they're paying you to ride, and they're paying you to stack. That's the best money. I mean, pretty much what it comes down to is I make $30 an hour between the two. Like, let's just say if I'm driving 40 miles away, or so it's an 80-mile round trip, I'll give them 30 miles for free. So then they're paying for 50 more miles, $1 a mile.
You
Or
said
60,
30
no,
miles
no, 30.
for free? And
Yeah.
50, that's 80 miles. Oh, round trip.
Yeah, round trip.
Okay.
Round trip.
Yeah.
So what's that? 30 minus, what did I say, 40, 80? It's 50, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so $50.
50 take away 30 is 8.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
add.
We can't do math, guys.
I don't know what he's talking. I'm trying to read the
If
comments.
listen,
so I'm just...
if we're going 80-mile round trip and I give them 30 miles for free, that's 50 miles, right?
So it's $50. He charges
So I charge you
$1
a dollar a mile after the 30 free miles.
Yeah.
So that's $50 for riding. And then when I get there and they want to stack, usually if they want you to stack and it's not right by the truck, it's gonna take around 45 to an hour because they're making you walk pretty far. So then that's another $30. So I just made $80 off of one delivery. And that's not gouging by any means. I mean, $1 a mile is very, very reasonable. And a lot of guys only give 10, or really, if they do round trip, 20 free miles. Like Chris and Woodyard and all them, they do 10 miles from their house. I do 15. But that's honestly, that's where the good money is. And that's why I do far distances and stuff like that.
Okay, so we got Old Guy Firewood said that's why he likes the IBC totes to throw all the wood in. So stack, I guess, throw the wood in there.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Bill says just checking in. Hi, Bill. He's got
What's
a
up,
lot
Bill?
going on tonight, so he's gonna be in and out of the stream. Obi from Ohio, that's who that is. And then Daniel said, I did ask Chris to do a review on the Ultra as he has the most time on it to others I've seen, and the issue he has, everyone is years behind him. And the issues that he has because everyone's years behind him.
Yeah.
So it'd be good.
Well, that'd be good. Yeah. Honestly, guys, you know what's crazy about that Ultra that I can't fathom is how strong it is to be so little of power. Like I think he's got like a 9 horsepower engine on there, and it's got that small cylinder. Yet it goes through everything. And I don't understand how like our 28 tons are like hard to split when he's going right through stuff. Maybe he's got, I don't know, easier to split wood or not. But I mean, I hadn't seen anything that splitter can't go through.
Yeah, and yes, Old Guy Firewood, we are going to the Paul Bunyan show. We will be there. Friday, we're going to miss it, but Saturday and Sunday we'll be there basically the whole time.
Which I didn't know this. Friday is the biggest day. That's where everyone's saying that pretty much all the machines and stuff are going to be sold by Friday.
Well, we're not going to buy anything anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're not buying anything, but it'd be like,
check it out.
honestly, guys, if they, I don't know if they're going to have Easton Maids there, but if they did, I might would buy one. Just so I don't have to pay the $2,500 to get it shipped.
And then Chris said that I'd have to stack 8 cords of wood to pay for my coat. Did you guys want to know what he pays me to stack a cord of wood? It would be $30, right?
Yep, $30 for a cord of wood just to stack. That's nothing. You don't leave your house. You don't go nowhere. She can stack a cord. She could stack a cord in an hour and a half, and that's giving her time. So she's basically making $25 an hour.
Yes.
Like, give me a break. Y'all, this girl right here.
But he won't do it for free. See?
What do you mean?
You won't do it yourself for free. You want to charge somebody that? You can do it yourself.
I want to give money. I want to give money
to
people to help them out. I'm trying to give them money.
Yeah.
My daughters are always saying that they want to save money, so I'll be like, hey, because they're not very tall. I gave them the option. If you stack half a face cord, I'll give you $5. They ain't getting out there.
No.
They'll get out there and start, and they won't finish.
Derek's stuff says he stacks wood in the evenings. There's so many ways of doing it right. It helps to weave in a few pieces, connecting the parallel rows while you stack. This adds to the sturdy.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then Woodhound Bug says if you put a bigger pump on your wood splitter, it would make the reaction time faster. You know about that?
Yeah.
And Derek's stuff also says that you should be charging minimum of $2 per mile. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, it's just hard to, like when I'm driving 50 miles, when they're like, well, how much is it going to be? I'm like, well, you got to charge $100. It's like, dang. Like,
I know that might be a sticker shock.
That might be, But, I mean, y'all, the one thing that I can say, and I think I watched Ohio Burner talk about this, Ohio Wood Burner, and I want to say Firewood at the Furnace, Brad at Firewood at the Furnace. And one thing is, don't worry about whatever everyone else is charging and stuff. Do what you want to do because
you're comfortable with.
What you're comfortable with, and be done with it. Because I tell you what, when I first started, I was willing basically to deliver for free, and I was selling my face cords for $70 because I was trying to get my name out there. I was just trying to sell wood, right? Well, now I'm charging $110 for a face cord, and I'm charging $30 for delivery, even 15 miles away. So I'm making 140 versus 70 before. I literally doubled my profit there because I was new to it. I was trying to get my name out there. But really the biggest thing is I learned how hard work it is, and that I'm not going to do it for free, or I'm not going to do it for a lesser amount of money. So one thing I would say is do what you're comfortable with and charge what you want.
It's going to sell either way.
It's going to sell either way, yeah.
Yeah. Old Guy Firewood said he will see us there, and Nebraska Woodster says he plans on coming next year. That's on his list.
Nice. Yeah, honestly, guys, this worked out for us. Honestly, 3 months ago, I worked weekends.
And we said we weren't going.
Yeah, we said we weren't going because, just because we were just like,
we're like, well,
but it's a good opportunity. It's
networking, meeting everybody.
Well, the biggest thing, I think it was the last one that they did. I think it was in Nebraska. Well, I can't remember what it's called. That firewood thing, all the guys out west and up north went to. And they looked like they had a ball, and everybody got to meet everybody and all that good stuff. And this is pretty much our only show where we're able to do that. I don't think there's any other shows
nearby. We can just drive to. Yeah, we'd have to fly.
And at that point, it's like, is it worth it to spend thousands of dollars for a show?
Yeah, I mean,
though we can't buy anything because then we're gonna have to ship it home.
Yeah. Timon the Buckeye says he will be at the Bunyan, so he'll be there too.
Nice.
And then Joe Sambuca loves the channel. Hi from Florida, sitting at the front of a fire now. It's chilly 65 there. It's just cold in Florida.
No, that's cold.
Dee's Homestead, last year I almost bought a processor, and it was the last one they had available, and that was on Friday.
Well, and that's the thing, guys. Like, this is what I was thinking. I know 2 people. Actually, there's one guy literally 20 minutes from me that has 35. He's got a 35 high output is what he's got. And he's got 100-some hours on it. And that thing, like, he's run the heck out of it. I mean, he's put wood through it. I don't know how hard he is on it. He's got a conveyor from Wolf Ridge and everything. but I think he had a valve or something go bad on him. And the wedge lift, that cylinder behind the main wedge, he bent his already. I'm like, how did you do that? But I mean, if you get some gnarly pieces and you leave that thing up, I can see how it happens. But what I was getting at that is like, how long do these splitters really last if you're actually working on them commercial? That's what I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, it'd be nice to one that offers you like a warranty, like a
Like
car, like
a,
30.
like a dude, like if you had a 3 year warranty on that
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I get why they only do 1 year because people beat their crap out of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
some people don't take care of them, maintenance and stuff. It'd be hard to prove that you did maintenance on it.
yeah, that too. But I think the biggest thing, and I didn't notice this until recently, how much those machines shake. I mean, they shake like a leaf on the tree.
vibrate,
Yeah,
yeah.
they vibrate and shake. So things are gonna get loose. So I guess the biggest thing is just to tighten everything up every like 50 hours or something like that, or maybe even 30.
Yes, hit the like button, guys. That's Steve's Homestead. Old Guy Firewood. I think prices will be way up December through February, and folks will be upset that they sold cheap now.
Well, and that's what I told Sadie, and Sadie didn't believe me. 2 months ago, I looked at Sadie. I said, "I'm gonna sell all my wood."
I was
said-
like,
I said,
okay.
"I don't think I'm gonna have a stick left." I said, "The only thing I'm gonna have left is wet wood, and I think even somebody is gonna be willing to buy wet wood just because they need something to burn." And I mean, in a bowler, it's gonna burn. Like you can't stick it in there with a fire going and not burn. It's gonna smoke. But I literally don't think I have a stick left, and that's the reason I kind of went up on my prices because, like, I'm like, well, if I basically give it all away and then I run out, then I'm like, well, dang, what did I do all that hard work for when I could wait, make better money on it, and still run out?
Okay. Hi, Tim. It says Tim Brethold says, hey, guys.
What's up, Tim?
And then Chris said they all hate paying for wood, so I told them to spend $20K on a firewood splitter, chainsaw, trailer, and a truck. Yeah, it's more than
Yeah.
that, huh?
So that's. Oh, go ahead. You had somebody else?
No.
Okay.
You can say that.
Yeah. So it's so funny because, Sadie's like, "What are you doing all your money? Like, blah 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 blah. Like, where's all this money going?" I said, "Sadie, I'm in debt. I'm in debt. And I probably won't get out of debt for at least a year or two. Not because I'm not going to produce the wood, but because I'm not going to sell the wood in a year's time. You have a $12,000 splitter, and if it's your first year, you're probably not going to sell more than 30, 40 cords, and that's like only 20 grand. And then you got to think of all the money that you spent with gas and chainsaws, chains, all that stuff. It adds up.
Yeah. Paying for stackers.
Yeah.
Little
Paying
girl
for stackers.
stackers.
I know, guys. I started this paying thing, and within a week, I had given away $100. I was like, "Oh man, this is hurting. This is hurting the pocket." I was like, "I don't know if I should keep doing this," but honestly, I was happy because I saw my work disappearing.
Yeah, it's true. And Derek said, "How much money would you spend on a processor realistically?"
I have not looked at processors. I am not there yet. I would say if for a processor, it no doubt double the money of a normal splitter. So if you pay, I mean, if you got a good, SHO or high dollar Easton made, you're looking at 25 grand. So I mean, if you want a decent processor, I would say 40 to 50 grand. And that's what I would say. I mean, you wouldn't double, the high end big boy, but you would double what I got. Like, so if mine's 12, you'd at least be spending 24, 30, and that's on a cheap processor, not expensive, decent one. And that's the thing, dude. There's so many splitters and processors I see online or on YouTube from other countries that are dirt cheap, but they're just using the cheapest stuff that they can get, and that thing will not last.
Yep. It says, oh, and then Dee's Homestead said he was looking at one last year around 40,000, the processors.
Yep.
And then Austin said, how many hours were on the 28C when you had to return it to Faith Farm?
So I put 20 hours on the first one. And then this one, I have 15 hours on it. And the only reason I don't have many hours on this one is because I've had so many problems with it that at first I contacted Chris and tried to figure it out between me and him. and we just couldn't figure it out. And because of that, I didn't really want to run it because it just wasn't running right. And honestly, it was aggravating. It's like when my first splitter was super fast, y'all. It was super fast, and this last splitter is super slow, and I was just upset about
Yeah,
it.
and then they had him like try to tune it himself
Yeah.
by some screw and something. So maybe now it'll be faster when
Yeah.
you get
Well, I
it
mean, it
back.
should be faster. They put a brand new pump on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously there was issues with it, and I was upset about it. So honestly, it stopped me from really splitting wood. Honestly, I mean, it did. And
Yeah, Matt
you
was very
and you know
frustrated.
what else, guys? And I don't know if y'all kind of noticed this too. I stopped really posting stuff on YouTube because I was so discouraged. Like I didn't want to put bad stuff on there in Dog Wolf Ridge or Dog Chris or anything because I'm not that type of person. You know, I want to give them time to straighten it out, which they've done, and that's why I don't do that. But at the same time, is how do you get on YouTube and lie about something like, oh, this thing's the bomb to for a couple months because I was going through two splitters.
Yeah.
You know.
So. All right. Old guy Firewood said I've got over 100 hours on my 28C and zero problems that sound like you got a lemon.
Yep, and that's just the thing, y'all. It's like there's a lot of people who had a single issue,
Yeah.
and then I get two splitters, and I have all the issues. You know, I mean, it just doesn't make
Some
sense.
bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not trying to dog anybody or anything. But
Living the dream is here.
what's up, living the dream? How's it going?
Hello. Derek Steph said, how many chords could you two do in a month if the conditions were perfect?
So I'll tell you what the conditions are. The conditions are I would have both days, Saturday and Sunday, to do wood for 6 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I could split realistically. I could do a chord in an hour and a half into the back of the dump trailer without the conveyor. I'm hoping to get it down to an hour
So it'd be
with
like
conveyor.
4 chords.
So I could split 4 chords, or I can split 2.5 chords and stack it.
Yeah.
So it depends.
If you're solely
Doing one
just
doing one
splitting
thing.
it, then you could probably split out the 4 chords in a day.
Yeah. Now, if Sadie's running the splitter and I'm loading it, I would say we can get a chord in an hour. But that's just the thing. It's just like the conditions have to be right where every weekend is firewood. Honestly, guys, my dad has been coming over a lot, and that's kind of another reason why it's been kind of hard to um, film because he'll be running the splitter and then I'll be running the chainsaw, and it's hard to talk when there's a splitter running right beside you, you know. But he's honestly put probably half the hours on that new splitter because he's come over and ran it two or three times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's probably ran it more than you.
Yeah, he probably has. I'm telling you, I didn't want anything to do with it. I was so upset.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
So,
But I mean, the thing still split. It just was super slow and less powerful.
what's the buzz said? Easton made or nothing? I'm waiting for an access. So he's getting the access.
You know, the access. I really like the access. But I tell you what, there is. I don't know whose channel it is. So the access is perfect for bundle wood or just wood control in general. It's like really good. But is it faster than a horizontal? There's no way. There's no way it's faster than a horizontal. And the reason being, because the horizontal, if you get the right size pieces, you can do 6 at a time and one split, where you could never do that with Axis. Now, I'm not knocking Axis, but there is a video that has.
But to be fair, we've also never really used the 6-way, too.
Yeah, well, a 4-way.
Yeah, we use the 4-way.
Yeah.
We don't use the 6-way
but
ever.
I really like the access because the control and everything. And I was this close. Honestly, if I could have got it delivered for less than $1,000, I would have bought the access before the Wolf Ridge. Honestly, I like that better. But then I watched this video of this guy. He had, I think it was like an Easton made. I don't even think it was Wolf Ridge. It might have been Wolf Ridge, but he had a horizontal splitter and then a vertical splitter. And they timed it, and they actually controlled the wood size and everything, and the horizontal was just so much more fast at the end of the day.
And then Daniel said, with 33-inch diameter rounds, I get half a chord an hour. Those are big
33
rounds.
inches is huge.
Those are very big. Yeah, it's almost 3 feet.
Honestly, 33 inches. I would one thing I have started doing. I started just quartering them with chainsaws, instead of fighting it, because you get that big. I mean, you can get lucky and have it fall onto the cliff, but it's gonna fall. Like, there's no way keeping it up. So yeah, I've just started to quarter those and call it a day. Plus, once you quarter them, you have a flat spot to lay the logs and split that way. I feel like you can get much better splits if the bottom side is flat.
And Living the Dream said, Matt, may I ask if you happen to renew something last week? Oh, looking for a conveyor last week. I found one in Virginia. If you happen to remember who, or if anyone else here happens to remember. So he was looking for.
Oh, conveyor.
Oh yeah, he was looking for a conveyor.
In Virginia, that's not far. So fun. Not a fun fact. Just this is fun to know.
Hi, Derek.
My belt is ready. I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow on my lunch break. Too bad I gotta go to the Bunyan show. I was telling Sadie, I said I gotta get my splitter back. I gotta get the belt, get the conveyor on. I got all these things I need to do this weekend. But the Bunyan show is gonna be plenty fun. Like I'm happy to do that and leave those two things behind. But yeah, I got the belt and I actually went with 1.5-inch cleats instead of the 2, because I was kind of worried about clearance. And I think you just need that 1-inch cleat right there just to hold the wood, and not let it fall down the conveyor. But yeah, so I should have a working conveyor next week sometime, probably next weekend.
Yeah, that'll be cool. All right, Austin said my 28C came from the same batch, picked it up the same day, 40 hours. So far, no issues. Glad I haven't had any issues.
Nice.
That's good.
Well, I think that was my first splitter.
Yeah.
That you got that. It's my second splitter that is the bad one.
Yeah.
Y'all, my first splitter, I'm telling you, that thing hauled ass. And it was rubbing metal on metal. So I don't know how that worked. If it was going straight, that thing would probably do 5.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it was hauling ass, bro.
What's the Buzz says, quartering logs is the way to go. Gives an excuse to use the big saws.
That too. And yeah, you know what's kind of cool? I didn't realize that when you quarter logs and you have the logs on their sides, not like face flat, but y'all on like bark side, when you cut it, you don't actually even have to go all the way down, and they fall open, which is really good for the chainsaw, because then you're not putting it in the dirt. So I do like that.
Okay. Daniel says, what do you both do for a living? I sell and make parts for Mazda online. Ooh, that's cool. I have a Mazda, Daniel. I love Mazda. I've had Mazda since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I love my Mazda.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it. Damn thing's so uncomfortable. Yeah, we drove 3,000 miles in her Mazda 5. Mazda 5?
Yeah, that was the CX-5.
Mazda CX-5. And you talking about, oh my God, so uncomfortable.
I went from the Mazda 6 to the CX-5 to the Mazda CX-9 now. I have the 9.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So Sadie, tell them what you do.
So I'm a live streamer. I basically live stream just like this. I do this, and then I also manage other live streamers on an app. So I'm like recruiting people for this app to give them the app content to bring more people onto the app, kind of thing. So I do that. I manage like 150 hosts.
And I work for Commonwealth Equipment. It's a screening and crushing company. And I work in the warehouse. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then Living the Dream says, thanks, Dick. I thought someone else had been looking. Oh, well, this one is a John Deere. Oh, it's a John Deere conveyor for
wow, I didn't know John Deere made conveyors. That's
30 foot, $400.
Well, also thinking about conveyors, guys, with the access, they've really, really transformed the access where the conveyor actually works now. Mm-hmm. Before, dude, that conveyor would the cleats would just hit the wood and the wood would just bounce right over. Now I think they put spikes on it to keep it on the conveyor actually. So that is one thing about the access too that they changed that is a huge, huge plus.
And then Daniel said they got a Mazda 6 wagon in '05, and in 2020 got the CX-5. I like the CX-5. Well, I just like both of them because the gas mileage is so good for an SUV. Like they're tiny still, they're compact, and then they have amazing gas mileage. You can shove a bunch of people in there and you're good to go. It's a good mom car.
Yeah, it's got very good gas mileage. I can
It
say
does.
that about that.
I've
And
never
they're
once
slick.
had a problem.
Honestly,
with Mazda.
the 9, she's got black rims on that thing. It's sweet looking.
Yeah. All right, they're talking about their conveyor. Yeah, good luck on that conveyor, living the dream. Maybe you'll get that. Oh no, he's sending pictures of one, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of the conveyor, I still have to kind of build a hopper on mine. I'm waiting to do that because I got to get my splitter back so that I can put the splitter over it and kind of see where I need to build the hopper. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to build a hopper. So I might just have to, I don't know, put sides and like a rubber piece on the end of the Wolf Ridge and just let it fall in there. It's still something I have to figure out. It's because the Wolf Ridge is so low, you know, and I guess they make the hoppers on the Wolf Ridge ones really wide and
So
low.
you're not wanting just to throw the wood onto the conveyor. You
No,
want
it's
it to
gonna
go
drop.
to something else. Oh.
Just gonna drop on it.
Dan's gotta.
Which that's another
Lots
thing,
to
like,
pick up.
you know, with splitting now, we're having to take the wood and throw it onto the trailer, and you know, getting it to the front of the trailer is really hard. Like it's a lot, you know, it's a lot of work to throw it 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not 20 feet. Let's just say 15 feet. Dump truck is 12 feet.
Yeah, we usually just go to the side and throw it over. I don't stand at the back of it and throw it in.
You don't?
No, I'll just stand at the side and throw it in wherever I'm aiming.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Well, one other thing that I purchased lately, I haven't done a video on it because I'm really trying to test it out. I just got the Harbor Freight 2,000 pound, like I think it's called a cargo unloader. I know, you know what's so funny is I bought this thing and I found out a lot of firewood guys actually had it. Like Ohio Wood Burner had it. And
That
actually
would be
Chris from In the Wood Yard had it. And he said it's a piece of junk.
Mm-hmm.
And that was after I bought it. So I was like, well, you know, I'm just gonna give it a try. And honestly, like it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Yes, it's not gonna get everything out, but the way I look at it is, if you have a whole load of a truck full of wood, and you can get everything out, but like a few pieces in the corner, or the fact that you don't have to get in the truck one time to throw the rest out, that's fine.
You know, I just had a really good idea about that. You could actually add on to the end of that, so it goes up higher, so they'll keep it all.
Well, I do. So when I pull it where it has a ton left.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm saying to add even more than that.
Yeah. Well, the key is the sides.
Yeah.
The corners. The corners is what doesn't get pulled all the way out. But what I'm getting to is, I think it's totally worth it. And delivering bundles, you put all your bundles on the mat and you crank it out. It's good. Also, like any just small loads, like let's just say a half a face quarter or something, you put it all on that mat and it's gonna slide right out.
Yeah. Bill says he'll see us at the Paul Bunyan show. He can't stick around anymore.
Nice. We'll see you there. Thanks for
Safe
stopping
travels. We'll see you. And then the other Bill, Irwin, says, are you going to have a booth at Bunyan? So we're just going to be walking around. We are going to have our Firewood on the Hill shirts on, so you guys can, like, kind of spot us, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, seeing people in person is different.
I mean,
it's different. You know, you really don't know how tall we are. You know, you don't know how short we are.
It's true. Matt's only 5 foot.
Yeah, I'm only 5'1", guys. You know, like you just don't know.
Yes, Woodruff Woods. Oh, he said, hope to see you at the Paul Bunyan show.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah.
We'll be there, guys. You'll see us Saturday and Sundays when we're coming. So.
And hopefully I'll have stickers to give out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping those come in.
They come in Friday.
They're supposed to be here Friday, so.
Tim said, over the next few seasons, what do you see being your primary sales? The firewood stand or deliveries?
So I think both are definitely going to increase. The amount of wood that I've moved deliveries in just this month have been more than the
Way
amount of
more.
move that I've moved on my roadside stand. So deliveries most definitely is the way to go. Like I've only done one core delivery, but one core delivery is eight.
Yeah.
No, it's 24 of those 20 racks. That so when I did 2 foot by 2 foot racks, okay, and I think when I drew it out, you have eight of those $20 racks, eight of those 2 by 2 foot racks in a face cord. So then you divide that, or you times that by three, because three face cords are in a cord. That's how I got those numbers. Now I'm making way more money on a cord of wood selling at the road than I am in deliveries, as long as you don't count the delivery fee and stacking and all that stuff. So I'd much rather sell at the road, but you just have to sell so much more at the road compared to one load of cord.
Delivery, yeah. Whoops.
How'd you do that?
I know. Let's see. Old Guy Firewood said Freaking Jeep has a booth 100 set up as a meeting place.
Nice.
That'd be
Freaking
cool.
Jeep. His name is John, right?
Yes.
I think his name's John. Because Rick always says something, Rick. And then I think John started doing that too. He's like, John. I was like, okay, John.
Yeah. He says, let's see. What's that for now?
What?
Anyone going to Paul Bunyan? I will try to hit booth 100 throughout Saturday. Nice.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, that's good to know because we didn't know about that. People would be over there.
Yeah, I mean the only booth we've heard of is obviously the Morgans.
Meet the Morgans have
Meet
a
the
bunch
Morgans.
of
They have like 4
meetings
slots.
set up.
Yeah, they got like 4 slots. It's crazy.
The,
And there's another
meet
person,
and greets.
but I don't know who they are. I did look at a couple of their videos, but I don't really follow them. Out of the Woods or something like that, or it might not be them. I don't know who it is, but there's another big timer that
It was on the schedule.
That's on the schedule. Yeah.
We were looking at the schedule and saw Meet the Morgans.
But really, you know what I'm hoping for is like kind of not a party, but a big get together after Paul Bunyan, where a lot of us YouTubers can go. Like, I feel like somebody has somewhat put something together.
Maybe. Yeah, it'd be nice to have like a bonfire or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know a lot of people are staying at one hotel, which maybe they're hanging out in the hotel room or whatever. Not hotel room, but like if they rented out a room in the hotel, that'd be kind of cool.
Okay. Bill says, will you be at Back 40's live stream Friday night at the Fairfield Inn? No, because we're coming in Friday night. Matt's going to work on Friday, and then we're driving up. So we aren't going to make it in until late Friday night, probably around 11.
Yeah.
So it's a 6-hour drive for us. So I'm hoping it'll be good if we make it by 11. We might make it later than that.
Yeah, so our drive is, I could probably get it down to 5.5 hours. If I just speed a little over the speed limit, I can probably get there in 5.5 hours. And if we leave right at 5, that puts us at 10:30 without any stops. Obviously, I don't think I can get there in a full tank of gas.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
We'll
so.
have to get gas,
So we'll definitely have to
probably.
gas and then obviously stop and eat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another 30 minutes. So 11 o'clock is the earliest we can get there.
Yeah. And then they said, Old Guy Firewood said, did you see what the Morgans have done with Firestarter? Unreal.
I have not, no.
That. He said check out their last 2 videos.
Okay, well,
See
I have nothing against the Morgans, but I just don't watch their shows as much anymore, just because it's more about just firewood, and I'm on YouTube for firewood. Like I'm always looking for new ideas and how other people do it and stuff.
Yeah, they're more like broad spectrum.
Yeah,
and that's what I wanted. Like originally, our channel would be like that, but That's very firewood focused. That's
Yeah.
who he breathes. He would eat it if he could eat it. Firewood.
Well, that's the thing, guys. Like, when I want to be that go-to firewood channel that, like, I mean, basically want to be like Chris in the Woodyard. You know, like you always know if you go to his channel, it's about firewood in some way, right? Whether it's sharpening saws or looking at this, doing that. Like that's what I want to be. I mean, I know you get way more followers if you're a broad spectrum, but at the same time, it's like when someone says firewood on a hill, I want it to be like, okay, firewood, you know? Like, I don't want to be like, well, let's go see what Matt's doing today. And, oh, well, he's over there working on this house, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want it like, oh, you know, he's doing something in firewood. So,
All right. And they said Dan and Brad are having an after party at their hotel, but I think they were mentioning that's Friday.
I don't
But
know.
maybe if it's Saturday, if there's something going on Saturday, we can do that.
Yeah, which I did talk to Dan, and we're gonna see if we can meet him on Saturday. So I'll see what he's up to, and that's what a lot of people were meeting up Friday night is what was going on because I think a lot of people wanted to do a live stream, like one big live stream or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
but
Driftwood said every time I do something that isn't firewood related, it gets less views.
and that's what we saw. We showed a little bit about our garden, and I mean, it didn't really do anything.
Well, yeah, but even when Matt goes and does video about chainsaw sharpening or this or that, anything that's not splitting the firewood, like actually splitting, stacking, like delivering, things like that nature, they get way less views
True.
than, like, way less. Remember when you were comparing, like, he's compared some saws, he's done this, he's done that, they always get less views.
If it's specific, it gets less views. Is what it is.
Yeah, if it's more like a
Which
broader
I mean, it makes sense. You know, you're
Yeah.
talking to less people. You know, it makes sense. And that's why these people like the Morgans and other people. What's his name? The Kellys or Kelly
Yeah, I
in
don't
Florida.
know. I'm so bad with names.
He does a lot of firewood stuff, but he does a lot more of the other stuff, and they have a ton of followers. Which obviously, if you have a broad spectrum, that means you're going to get a lot more people from a lot more different angles.
There's just that little hump I think you have to go over initially, like gathering the viewers, probably.
Throat got dry.
DK said Chris is the Cassie Neistat of firewood. I don't know who that is. but I'm making him laugh.
What do you say?
Nothing.
Oh.
They're just talking about how they're going to stand in line for a long time to see Meet the Morgans. Get ready to stand in a long line. Hitting the hard stuff, Matt.
Yeah. My throat just got really dry. And I got it tickling.
Can't get rid of it. You need to like patch on back.
We'll have to cut this part.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
I keep making it full screen.
Sadie's no good on the sticks. There we go.
Okay. How did you get such a pretty wife? Love your videos.
I don't know.
Bruce, thank you.
I don't know. I got lucky.
Yeah, you did. Not joking.
I got real lucky. I know. I'm trying to get her on here more, but y'all, I can't pay her enough.
He can't.
She wants too much money. She wants money that I don't even
You know
have.
the biggest problem is that Matt, he'll go, guys, you gotta put yourselves in my shoes. So he says he does all the stuff out there, and I help him. I split and I stacked. I did it all. I did it all with him. All of it, with that county line and then with the other one. The county line especially, and it was long hours with that thing. Long hours. Well, I did it all. And then he's selling all the wood, but I don't get any of the money from it. None of it. Not $1. But he'll give me $10 to stack some wood. I don't get any money from anything else. So I'm just like, it's a time waster for me. Like I can do other things. I can be working myself, and I need to work myself. So it's like,
So
I
here's
gotta
what
work.
here's the true part of this story. Oh, my throat's getting dry again. Hold on.
It's probably better you just don't talk about this on here. Probably not.
No, we're gonna
Because
talk
we're
about
just gonna argue.
it. So
We can argue about this for
no.
hours.
So listen, I know we talk about this all the time.
This
When I
is why I
started,
don't do the
when
videos.
I started this firewood channel, when I started firewood, I just started splitting firewood. Blah blah blah. Sadie came out and helped because she's a very nice wife. Okay. I've been splitting wood for I don't know how many months, and I ain't even made a dime. Right. I've put all this money into it. I start making some money back. Well, that's just resupplying the money I spent, right? And after all that, I don't have any money left. Like I don't even have money in my bank account from selling all this wood. So how am I going to pay you?
He can't talk.
And then
He said, "Wait, you just got a $200 jacket. There's your payment." Listen, I bought that jacket.
yeah, she bought that jacket. So here's the thing. I started the firewood. It was her idea to start the firewood on YouTube.
It says, "Just share the debt." Another one said, "Listen.
There you go.
Trust me.
Yeah, take some debt.
I have some of his debt." Okay.
So then she says, "Let's start this firewood channel." So we did.
Yeah, YouTube was my idea. I thought it'd be great.
It was her idea.
It's great.
So from the get go, I told her you can have half, and I'll take half. I mean, I felt like that was fair.
No, but they changed it. I get all of it for 3 months.
That was half and half, right? Well, we started doing it for we did it for 2 months, and then we finally got 1,000 subscribers. We started making money. Well, we realized that we're really not making any money. Like I think it was like 60, then 80, then 100, then 150, 200, whatever.
It's growing.
In the peak, it was $200. So we get $100 each.
Good night,
Well,
Darren.
She saw I was making money off the wood, and she was upset that I was making money off the wood, and she wasn't. So she quit on me. She says, "Yeah, I'm done doing this. I don't get anything from it." So then I was like, "Well, how about this? For the next 3 months, I'll let you have all the money for the YouTube." Okay. 2 months went by. I gave her all the money. The third month, she quit altogether. She quit the YouTube. She quit stacking, all of it. So why would I pay her if she's going to quit on me, right? So then the other night,
I think Woodruff's. Oh, yeah, we told him that.
the other night, I was telling Zadie, I said, "Hey, if you want back in, I'll pay you $100, which was the other month. I'll give you that $100, and you can still make half of what we make off of YouTube." And she's thinking about it. She's here right now, right? So she's thinking about it. So that's why I started paying her.
I still haven't got my other $200.
$10 a face cord, so that she feels like she's making money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it really come down to.
You guys. All right. But I'm taking my weekend time, going to the Paul Bunyan. I'm doing the stuff. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, man.
You know,
okay?
I had to hang $100 up for her to jump in, but
I feel it's just a feeling of underappreciative. Like I'm just supposed to do it for nothing, and I don't like feeling like that.
well, I mean baby, you can't have me pay you if I don't even make the money back.
You are though. Okay. So, anyways, how long have we been selling the firewood? I think Matt got his splitter in late February or March. Right?
I got it early February.
Early February.
I didn't sell my first truckload. I sold my first truckload for $70 in March. And that I think I sold that one truckload and maybe a couple bundles, and that's it.
And guys, it was dry wood because he had got some trees from somebody that were old and down, so it wasn't wet.
Well, it was white ash.
Yeah, it wasn't wet.
It was white ash.
And then what shows do we watch together now that we aren't on YouTube? We just started that really freaky Jeff Dahmer thing. I don't know about that, but
honestly, I like it because now we can look at Facebook and get all the memes of the Jeffrey Dahmer memes.
I don't know. We've seen 3 episodes, and I'm just like, I don't know how much more I can take of this.
It's weird. It's weird.
The show is just really dragging out. Like I just want it to wrap up already. That's how I feel about that. But I don't really watch TV. Matt watches more TV. He watches football. He's in the fantasy leagues, and then
that's the only thing I watch.
TV.
Yeah, we don't watch TV. I mean,
TV.
I'm out in the wood yard until dark every night.
Oh, yeah, that's everybody. Bruce said a pretty face is good for the videos. Pay in
Awesome.
hugs, DK said.
I like these people. They're on my
Hey,
side.
hugs don't pay me. No, hugs don't pay the bills. Oh, Dee's Homestead is leaving too. Dee's Homestead.
Actually, it's 9:05. We gotta
Yeah,
get
we
rolling.
gotta get off.
We gotta get the kids to
Are
bed.
still upstairs with Matt's parents because we're not at home right now.
I
so
know we
gotta-
dropped it on them and just dropped the kids off. It was
Yeah,
fantastic.
We gotta come up there, get the kids, and then drive home. They're
Yeah.
gonna be in bed by 10 o'clock on a school night.
So guys, yeah, we had fun and I had fun,
Good.
and I'm glad y'all came by, stopped by.
Yeah, if you guys are at the Paul Bunyan show this weekend, we'll be there Saturday, Sunday. Make sure to tell us hi.
Yeah.
We pass
And
by.
so coming up, we'll get the splitter back. Hopefully, have the conveyor. Probably the next live, we'll show you the t-shirts, the hats, and all that stuff. And then hopefully we can hopefully I can be giving out stickers this weekend. That's what I hope for. But there's no guarantees, especially nowadays how Amazon's not offering 2-day shipping anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah, we hope to see all you guys too.
Yeah, can't
It'll
wait
be
to
so
see you guys
awesome.
this weekend. Everybody's safe
Yes,
and
drive
all that
safe,
good stuff.
fly
So
safe.
thank you guys.
Catch you guys.
Good night.